Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss properties of impulse response for an LTI system. First property, commutative property. Commutative property states that for discrete time signals, x of n convolved with h of n is equal to h of n convolved with x of n. So let us prove that. Let us consider the RHS. H of n convolved with x of n is equal to sigma k equal to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k x of n minus k. So let's put n minus k is equal to m. Therefore k equal to n minus m. When k equals to minus infinite, then m equals to infinite. When k equals to plus infinite, m equals to minus infinite. Because here we are substituting n minus k equals to m means we are changing the limits value k to m. Hence, when k equals to minus infinity, we should calculate m value. When k equals to plus infinity, we should calculate m value. Substitute all these in above equation, we get h of n convolved with x of n is equals to sigma k. When k is minus infinity, m is plus infinite. When k equals to plus infinite, m is minus infinite. H of k value is n minus m, x of m. N minus k we have substituted as m. Now replace m by k on both sides, we get h of n convolved with x of n is equals to, just we are replacing m by k on both sides, k equal to minus infinite to plus infinite. We are interchanging these limits, minus infinity to plus infinite. M will be replaced by k. H of n minus m will be replaced by k. H of n minus k, x of k. First I will write this term, x of k, h of n minus k. So this is in the standard form. Here k minus k minus k means x of n convolved with h of n. This is the LHS. In case of continuous signal, x of t convolved with h of t is equal to h of t convolved with x of t. The same procedure, what we have adopted the procedure in the discrete time, same procedure will be adopted here. Let us consider RHS. H of t convolved with x of t is equal to integration minus infinite to plus infinite h of tau x of t minus tau into d tau. Again here we are substituting t minus tau equals to m, which implies differentiate tau with respect to m will get minus d tau equals to dm. Therefore d tau equals to dm. Therefore tau equals to t minus m. When tau equals to minus infinity, then m equals to plus infinite. When tau equals to infinite, then m equals to minus infinite. Substitute all these in above equation, we get x of t convolved with x of t is equal to integration when tau equals to minus infinite, because we are integrating with respect to tau. Hence when tau equals to minus infinite, then m equals to plus infinite. When tau equals to plus infinite, we will get m equals to minus infinite. H of tau value is t minus m. This is t minus tau is substituted as m, x of m. So differentiating this with the tau with respect to m, here we have minus d tau equals to dm. Therefore d tau equals to minus dm. Replace m by tau on both sides and interchange the limits. When I interchange the limits, minus infinite to plus infinite, under the integral whole term will be multiplied by minus. Therefore minus into minus plus. In the integration, when you are interchanging the limits, under the integration term multiplied by minus. Therefore minus into minus plus. And I am replacing m by tau. X of m I return as x of tau. H of t minus m we return as h of t minus tau. Here dm we have a d tau, because we are replacing m by tau, t tau. This minus interchanging the limits, that minus will become a plus. Therefore h of t convolved with x of t is equal to, so this is in the standard form, integrating with respect to tau minus tau. Hence x of t convolved with h of t. X of t convolved with h of t. This is LHS. See the block diagram for the commutative properties. This is LTI system whose impulse response is h of n for the input x of n and output y of n. In case of a continuous LTI system whose impulse response is h of t for input x of t and output y of n. And here it says that commutative property, impulse response and input signal will be interchangeable. So h of n is input and it is an x of n. If h of t is an input, then its impulse response we can call as x of t. So this is the output. Hence, the overall commutative property is that impulse response of the LTM can be interchangeable with the input x of n. We will get the same output y of n or y of t. The system, LTS system, for the discrete signal, h of n is its impulse response. For the input x of n, output is y of n. For a continuous signal, the impulse response of LTS system is h of t. For an input x of t, gives response y of t. The commutative property states that the impulse response of the LTS system can be interchanged with the input. We will get the same output y of n. So I interchange here, interchange of the LTS system as shown here. This is h of n, this is x of n. We will get the same output y of n. For continuous, h of t is input and impulse response are taken as x of t, gives the same output y of t. Just I want to explain the convolution formula. X of n convolved with h of n is given as summation k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k into x of n minus k. So this is we rewritten as h of n convolved with x of n, because x of n convolved with h of n is sigma k equals to minus infinity to plus infinite x of k h of n minus k. See this formula here. Here the limit variable k, here also k, here also minus k. Whenever we have a k, here x of k, h of n minus k, then we can rewritten this formula as x of n convolved with h of n. Here limit variable is k, here k, here also minus k, then we can write wherever I have k, first function is h of n convolved with x of n. H of n convolved with x of n. So this is I want to explain. Here variable k, if I have minus k, whatever the before minus k we have, this is x of that variable convolved with h of that variable. Thank you. Second property, distributive property. It states that in case of discrete time signal, x of n convolved with h1 of n plus h2 of n is equal to x of n convolved with h of n plus x of n convolved with h2 of n. So let us prove this statement, prove this property. Let us consider the RHS. X of n convolved with h1 of n plus x of n convolved with h2 of n. So I am writing the formula. X of n convolved with h1 of n is given as sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite. First function is x of n here, hence I will return as x of k. The second function is h1 of n minus k, plus sigma second plus x of n convolved with h2 of n. I am using the formula sigma k equal to minus infinite to plus infinite. First function is x, hence x of k. Second function is h2, hence h2 of n minus k. I am using the same variable, the second term k, for the first term also k, because in both the terms we have x of n is a common, hence I am using the same variable k. And I am taking common sigma k equal to minus infinite to plus infinite x of k. Here also sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite x of k. So I taken as a common. Remaining is h1 of n minus k plus h2 of n minus k. Just I substituted this value is h of n minus k. Put h1 of n minus k plus h2 of n minus k is equal to h of n minus k. So we will get sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite x of k. This is I substituted as h of n minus k. I am using this formula here k, here minus k. Hence I want to return as this written as x of n convolved with h of n. X of n convolved with h of n. According to the given system is LTS system, h of n minus k I substituted as h1 of n minus k plus h2 of n minus k. Then what is h of n? H of n is equals to h1 of n plus h2 of n. Just substitute the value of h of n. X of n convolute, x of n convolute. H of n value is h1 of n plus h2 of n. This is our LHS. In case of a continuous time signal, x of t convolute with h1 of t plus h2 of t is equal to x of t convolute with h1 of t plus x of t convolute with h2 of t. So in order to prove, let us consider the RHS. I take the RHS, apply the formula for this. Integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau h1 of t minus tau into d tau plus second term I am applying the formula minus infinite to plus infinite integration minus infinite to plus infinite again x of tau here h2 of t minus tau into d tau. Again same region. I am integrating both the terms, first term and second term. I am integrating with respect to tau because in both the terms x of t is a common. Hence I am integrating with respect to tau for the first term as well as second term. Here in these two terms we have a common. Integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau d tau is the common. X of tau d tau, x of tau d tau integration is a common. So here I written integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau. Here I written d tau is a common. So remaining is h1 of t minus tau plus h2 of t minus tau. Again I substituted h1 of t minus tau plus h2 of t minus tau as a h of t minus tau. We get integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau h of t minus tau. This is I substituted h of t minus tau into d tau. Again this formula I convert into convolution operator. Here integrated with respect to tau, here tau minus tau. Hence I have written as x of t convolute with h of t. Again h of t is what? H of t minus tau is this amount. H of t is equals to h1 of t plus h2 of t. Substitute here, we will get x of t convolute with, in the bracket, h of t is h1 of t plus h2 of t. This is LHS. The block diagram I shown here for the right hand side here. X of n convolute with h1 of n. X of n convolute with h1 of n. X of n convolute with h2 of n. X of n convolute with h2 of n. These two will be summed. These two will be summed. These two will be summed. You will get y of n. Similarly, in case of continuous signal, x of t convolute with h1 of t. X of t convolute with h1 of t. X of t convolute with h1 of t. X of t convolute with h2 of t. X of t convolute with h2 of t. These two will be summed. These two will be summed. You will get y of t. For the LHS, x of n convolute. For the LHS, this is the block diagram for the LHS. X of n convolute with h1 of n plus h2 of n. h1 of n plus h2 of n gives y of n. In case of a continuous, x of t convolute with h1 of t plus h2 of t will give y of t. So overall distributive property says that if any LTI systems are connected in parallel, means cascode, those two LTI systems can be replaced by single LTI system by adding their sum of impulse responses. h1 of n added with h2 of n or h1 of t added with h2 of t. Two LTI systems which are in their parallel, they will be replaced by single LTI system with their impulse responses are summed. Thank you. Third, associative property. It states that for a discrete time signal, x of n convolute with h1 of n convolute with h2 of n is equal to x of n convolute with h1 of n is convolute with h2 of n. So let us prove this property. Let us consider RHS. X of n convolute with h1 of n convolute with h2 of n. Apply the formula for x of n convolute with h1 of n. Sigma k equal to minus infinite to plus infinite x of k h1 of n minus k. Convolute with h2 of n. Now I am substituting this complete value. Put sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite x of k into h1 of n minus k is equals to z of n. Therefore, z of n convolute with h2 of n. Now applying formula for these two convolution formula here. Sigma instead of k, because k is already defined, because here input is not same here, hence k instead of k I am using the another variable which is not to be predefined anywhere. Therefore, m equal to minus infinite to plus infinite z of m into h2 of n minus n. Here z of k, h2 of n minus k, instead of k I have a m. Therefore z of m into h2 of n minus m. Sigma m equal to minus infinity plus infinity z of m. So z of n is this one. I have to substitute z of m value. N will be replaced by m. Here m, here m. Therefore sigma k equals to minus infinity plus infinity x of k h1 of m minus k. This is h2 of n minus m. Just I substituted z of m value here. Z of m value from z of n. Z of n is as here. We have to replace z of n by z of m. Z of n by z of m. Now I am rearranging the term here. This is k equals minus infinity plus infinity x of k. I written first k equals minus infinity plus infinity x of k, and remaining sigma m equals to minus infinity plus infinity h1 of m minus k, h2 of n minus m. So now I will substitute for this or this, anyone we can substitute. First one I will take it, m minus k equals, I substitute as a p. Therefore m equals to p plus k. When m equal to minus infinity, p value is minus infinity. When m is plus infinity, p value is plus infinity. Substitute this value here, we will get, this will be as it is. Here m equals to minus infinity, p is minus infinity. P is minus infinity, m is plus infinity, p is plus infinity. h1 of m minus k we substitute as a p. h1 of p. h2 of n minus m. n minus, what is the m value? P plus k. Minus of p plus k is a minus p minus k. I written as a minus k minus p. Minus p minus k I written as minus k minus k. Why I written minus k and means here p, here minus p. Here p, here p, here minus p. So whenever here we have a p minus p, we can write h1 of n minus k convolute with h2 of n minus k. This is sigma k equals minus infinity plus infinity x of a, x of a. What we can replace for complete this is in the form of convolution operator p minus p. Behind the minus p, whatever we have, that function h1 of convolute with this n minus k, h2 of n minus k. Therefore this complete written as h1 of n minus k convolute with h2 of n minus k. Substitute h1 of n minus k convolute with h2 of n minus k is equals to h of n minus k. We get sigma k equals to minus infinity plus infinity x of k. This I substituted as h of n minus k. Again use the formula, convert into convolution operator k minus k. We can write as x of n convolute with h of n. X of n convolute with, what is h of n? I substitute h of n minus k this much, which means h of n equal to h1 of n convolute with h2 of n. This is the LHS. See the block diagram. Next, in case of a continuous time signal, x of t convolute with h1 of t convolute with h2 of t is equals to x of t convolute with h1 of t convolute with h2 of t. So let us prove here by considering RHS. X of t convolute with h1 of t convolute with h2 of t. Apply the formula for here. X of t convolute with h1 of t is integration minus infinity plus infinity x of tau h1 of t minus tau into d tau. Convolute with, this is as it is, h2 of t. Again I am substituting this term as a z of t minus infinity plus infinity x of tau h1 of t minus tau into d tau. I substitute as z of t. Therefore we get z of t convolute with h2 of t. Apply the formula minus infinity plus infinity. Is tau already I defined here, hence I am using another variable m. Minus infinity plus infinity z of m into h2 of t minus m into dm. Z of t is already I substituted. I want to put the value of z of m. Just replace the t by m. We get integration minus infinity plus infinity x of tau h1 of t minus m into dm. h1 of t h1 of t will be replaced by m. m minus tau into d tau into d tau. Because t will be replaced by m. T will be replaced by m. Z of m we want to get, just I have to replace t by m. S small t by m. And remaining h2 of t minus m dm. h2 of t minus m into dm. Rearrange the terms. This is first I write it. Integration minus infinity plus infinity x of tau into d tau. I written first. Second, integration of minus infinity plus infinity h1 of m minus tau into h2 of t minus m into dm. Put m minus tau another variable p. Therefore p equals to therefore m equals to p plus tau. Differentiate tau with respect to p. We are substituting m minus tau equals to p. M minus tau equals to p. Differentiate m with respect to p. We get dm equals to dp. When m equals to minus infinity, p equals to minus infinite, m equals to plus infinite, p equals to plus infinite. Substitute all these here. We get integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau. This integration as it is. This is as substitute as p. h1 of p, h2 of t minus m. What is m value? P plus tau. So here minus m minus p minus tau. I written as a minus tau minus p into dm equals to what? dp. This is d tau as it is. Now I want to convert this in terms of convolution operator. We are integrating with respect to p, here minus p. Hence h1 of t minus tau convolve with h2 of t minus tau. I written here. This d tau, this will be as it is. So I substituted h1 of t minus tau convolve with h2 of t minus tau as h of t minus tau. This is h of t minus tau, x of tau, it is a d tau. Again I am using the formula. I am converting this equation into convolution operator. Here tau minus tau. Therefore x of t convolved with h of t. Therefore x of t convolved with, what is h of t? H of t minus tau is this much. Therefore h of t equals to h1 of t convolved with h2 of t. This is your LHS. The block diagram of associative property states that if two LTI systems are connected in series, cascade, then these two systems will be replaced by a single system by convolving their impulse responses. H1 of n convolved with H2 of n. In case of a continuous, H1 of t convolved with H2 of t. So the overall statement of associative property is that if any LTI systems are connected in series, those LTI systems are replaced by a single LTI system with their impulse responses are convolved. This is a block diagram. Thank you. Fourth property, memoryless system. As we know that a system is said to be memoryless if its output at any time depends only on the present value of the input, and it is true if h of n equals to 0 for n is not equals to 0. Means impulse response of the LTI system having amplitude only at the origin, and impulse response should not have any amplitude for other values of n. In case of a continuous system, h of t is 0 for t is not equals to 0, which means the impulse response having amplitude only at t equals to 0, and h of t should not have any amplitude, 0 amplitude for other values of t. Then a system is said to be memoryless. Here we are identifying the system is a memory or memoryless by observing the impulse response h of n in case of a discrete, by observing the h of t in case of a continuous. What you have to observe in case of a discrete or continuous, impulse response amplitude is 0 for n is not equals to 0 or t is not equals to 0, its amplitudes are 0, then the system is said to be memoryless. Otherwise the system is a memory. Next property, causal system. How we are identifying the system is a causal or not? By observing the impulse response. As already we know that a system is said to be causal if the output does not depend on the future value of the input, and this will becomes true if h of n is 0 for n is less than 0. In case of a continuous, h of t is 0 for t is less than 0, which means the impulse response having right-sided sequence. For negative values of n, if impulse response amplitude is 0, for negative values of t, impulse response amplitude is 0, then a system is said to be a causal system. We are identifying here the system is causal just by observing the impulse response. Impulse response output will be 0 for negative values of n or negative values of t. Then the system is said to be causal system. Stable system. Next property is stable system. As we know that a system is said to be stable if every bounded input produces a bounded output. Let x of n is a bounded, that is bx is greater than or equals to magnitude of x of n less than infinite. Then what is the magnitude of y of n for the LTI system? magnitude of y of n equals to magnitude of x of n convolved with h of n, that is equals to, according to the commutative property, h of n convolved with x of n. This is given as the magnitude of sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k into x of n minus k. Therefore, magnitude of y of n equals to this magnitude of x of n minus k. Magnitude of x of n is a bounded bx, x of n minus k. Shifted of the input signal is also bounded. This is bx taken outside. Remaining is magnitude of k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k. Bx sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k. If magnitude of y of n, if I want to get a bounded, only and only if sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite, magnitude of h of k, its value is less than infinite, then the magnitude of y of n is a bounded. Hence, this is the condition. Amplitude of the impulse response, sum of the amplitude of impulse response is a bounded, then the system is said to be stable system. Just we are observing whether the system is stable or unstable. Just we are summing all the amplitudes of the impulse response. If it is use a bounded value, means its value is less than infinite, then the system is a stable system. In case of a continuous signal, let x of t is a bounded, that is px greater than or equals to magnitude of x of t less than infinite, then magnitude of y of t, it is the output of the LTI system, magnitude of x of t convolved with h of t, according to the commutative property, magnitude of h of t convolved with x of t, that is equals to magnitude of integration minus infinite to plus infinite h of tau into x of t minus tau into d tau. As you know that magnitude of x of t is a bounded, x of t minus tau is also bounded, hence its value is a bx. Remaining is magnitude of integration minus infinite to plus infinite h of tau into d tau. So bx integration minus infinite to plus infinite magnitude of h of tau into d tau. In order to get y of t is a bounded, this complete value should be less than infinite. So y of t is a bounded only if integration minus infinite to plus infinite magnitude of h of tau into d tau should less than infinite. If this value is less than infinite, then the y of t is also bounded. Hence, a system is said to be stable only if its impulse response is absolutely integrable. Seventh property, invertibility. As you know that a system is said to be invertible only if its input recovered from its output by connecting it with a system is called as an invert system. Once again I will repeat. A system is said to be invertible only if its input recovered from its output. Input recovered from its output by connecting it with a system is called as an invert system. So let us consider I have here invertible system and I connected another system. This is called as an inverter system. These two are connected in series. This input signal will be recovered from using y of t by connecting another system. This is called as invert system. This is called an invertible system. According to the associative property, any two systems are connected in series. We are replaced by single system by those impulse responses are convolved. H of t convolved with h I of t. Input is x of t, output is z of t. Therefore, z of t equals to x of t convolved with h of t convolved with h I of t. So, z of t is equals to, I want to recover x of t here by connecting this inverse system. Z of t should be equals to x of t. So, z of t is equals to x of t if I want to get it. H of t convolved with h I of t should be equal to delta of t. If h of t convolved with h I of t is equals to delta of t, then z of t is equals to x of t convolved with delta of t, that is equals to x of t. Similarly, for discrete time systems, according to the associative property, this is invertible system h of n, this is inverse system h I of n. Input x of n is recovered from its output y of n by connecting another system. This system is called as the inverse system. According to the associative property, these two impulse responses are replaced. These two LTI systems are replaced by single LTI system whose impulse responses are convolved. According to this diagram, z of n is equal to x of n convolved with h of n convolved with h I of n. And z of n equals to, I want to get x of n only if h of n convolved with h I of n is equals to delta of n. Therefore, x of n convolved with delta of n is equals to x of n. Thank you. 8th property, unit step response of an LTI system. The meaning of unit step is when input is a unit step, the response is called as a unit step response, which means when input x of n equals to u of n, then y of n is called as a s of n. For LTI system, y of n is equals to x of n convolved with h of n, or y of n is equals to h of n convolved with x of n according to the commutative property. Here I have taken h of n convolved with x of n because x of n is a given data, x of n is u of n, because the property is unit step response. Whenever input is a unit step function, the respective output is called as a unit step response. Means x of n is a known quantity. X of n equals to u of n. Known quantity only you have to shift it. Hence I have taken y of n equals to h of n convolved with x of n. This signal is a fixed, this signal is a shifted. Hence always the known signals to be shifted. Therefore y of n equals to h of n convolved with u of n, because x of n equals to what? U of n. Sigma k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of k into u of n minus k. As we know that u of n minus k equals to 1, n minus k greater than or equals to 0. Therefore k is less than or equals to n. Take k right hand side plus k is less than or equals to n. K is less than or equals to n means k values from minus infinity to n. Hence instead of k equals to minus infinite to plus infinite, I will write y of n is equals to sigma k equals to minus infinity to n. U of n minus k value is 1. 1 into h of k is h of k. This y of n is called as a s of n. Whenever input x of n is u of n, then respect to output y of n is called as a s of n. This s of n is called as a unit step response. So this step response of an LTI system is called as a running sum of the impulse responses. Means here output s of n. Here the impulse responses I have to sum from minus infinity to the present value of n. S of n, n. Amplitude of impulse responses I am adding from minus infinity to n. Hence it is called as, step response is defined as running sum of impulse responses. Impulse responses I have to sum it. Running sum is from minus infinity to present value of n. For continuous time system, y of t equals to h of t convolved with x of t, where x of t equals to u of t. Then y of t equals to minus infinite to plus infinite h of tau into x of t minus tau into d tau. Integration minus infinite to plus infinite h of tau. What is x of t minus tau? X of t is u of t. X of t minus tau is u of t minus tau into d tau, where u of t minus tau equals to 1, t minus tau greater than or equals to 0. Therefore tau is less than or equals to t. Tau is less than or equals to t means minus infinity to t. So we are integrating with respect to tau. Instead of going for limits minus infinite to plus infinite, we have to go from minus infinity to t. Minus infinity to t is u of t minus tau value is 1. 1 into h of tau is h of tau into d tau. This y of t is also called as a s of t, unit step response. So this unit step response for a continuous LTI system is defined as running integral of the impulse response. Impulse response, running integral of the impulse. Running means from minus infinity to present value of t. Present value of t. Hence the step response of a continuous LTI system is the running integral of the impulse response. Thank you.